Hello friends, my name is Ichigunya and this is our project Death on a Paper. So happy to see you again here on YouTube. It's been a long time. I feel like it's been at least a year, maybe closer to a year and a half, I think. And now I'm back, and I'm very excited to be making this return onto YouTube. Because I've been struggling a lot with Instagram, so that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video while we are watching this speed paint that I was making. This illustration is going to be like a part of a series that I'll be making, a series of illustrations that I'll be posting on Instagram to sort of map out the interest and hobbies of my followers. There is a very special reason why I want to be making a post like this, why I decided to go on and make these kinds of illustrations for all of the hobbies that I have personally had. So every character from Death on a Paper is going to have at least one of my interests and hobbies related to them, and I'll be making an illustration of those hobbies and then posting them on Instagram to sort of map out what kind of things my followers are interested in. The reason for this is a secret as of yet, so I won't be talking about that too much here, but nevertheless, that's what I'm working on here. So as you can see in this illustration, we have the kid as the character, and then the hobbies are animanga and cosplay, because that's like my longest running hobby and interest that I've had ever since I was a kid, ever since those years when all of the trauma and abuse took place. So that's what I'm working on here. The materials that I'm using on this illustration are mostly my very, very trusted Ecoline brush pen markers. I've been using these for several years, and I love them. They're like watercolors, but in the form of a marker. They are amazing. I love them so much. And then you'll be seeing a few moments of me utilizing another marker set that I've been using for several years. It's the Faber-Castell India ink markers that I'll be using. So you can watch me work on all of that while we are talking about the topic of today's video. First, I do want to say that this time I'll be making videos mostly unscripted, because I have sort of come to the conclusion that as good of a writer as I think that I am, I'm not that good at delivering lines that I have written down as a script and like to make it as natural as possible. That's one of the things that I really struggled with the last time that I was active on YouTube, which was when I was working on the podcast. So if you have been following me on Instagram at any length of time, you probably noticed the post that I made on discontinuing the podcast as of right now. And there are a lot of reasons for that. But I think that this time around, I feel like I have a better grasp of how to, work with this kind of content creation, comparing to what I was doing about a year and a half ago or something like that. So these videos will be without any sort of script. I'll be just sort of yapping as I am watching myself work on whatever illustrations that I'll be working on. So most of my videos, if not all, are going to be in the form of speed paints, because back when I myself watched a lot of art community YouTubers, I really loved the speed paint ones. Those were my favorites. So yeah, and they're very easy to make, and I want to sort of just refocus my attention on the things that actually matter, which is what I wanted to sort of talk about on this video. So yeah, I very recently made a post on Instagram where I said something along the lines of, as an artist, I am sick of Instagram, and this is why. And in that post, I'll be linking the post in the description if you haven't seen it yet. In that post, I discussed my my multiple layered frustrations towards Instagram as a platform as an artist, and a lot of people seem to really resonate with that post, which was nice to see. Although it does suck that that a lot of artists are feeling this way about creating art and creating content on Instagram, but yeah, at least I'm not alone in that. So yeah, part of this frustration is mostly due to the multitude of changes that have occurred on Instagram as a social media platform, and I feel like a lot of those changes are just something that really drive artists like away from the picture, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is that a lot of these changes, especially in regards to the algorithm, like working and favoring certain type of content over other types, is that just sort of does a lot of damage to artists as creators on social media platforms. Because for artists like myself and like a lot of you guys over there, hopefully, the content is not the point. Like, creating the content is not why we are here. It's creating art that has brought us here. Because on this age of social media platforms, like the easiest way to go about creating art and getting any sort of recognition or sales or customers or whatever you want to achieve with your art goals is to do that via social media. Like, that's just a fact. But over the years, social media platforms have changed a lot, and Instagram used to be the perfect place for visual artists like myself, like illustrators and like comic book artists and whatever. Because it was a picture sharing platform, quite simply. So yeah, that used to be great. But with the sort of change into a more short format, like real videos type of stuff that's been going on Instagram for like several years by now, the focus has shifted away from like still image posts to videos, and that is like a beast of its own. So yeah, we all can definitely see the effects that has had on Instagram as a platform, but that's not all there is to it though, because I've been posting my art on Instagram since 2022 when I started working on the project. And during these years, everything has sort of changed, like in regards to how the algorithm functions. In 2024, I managed to get my art out there in a bigger way when several of my reels went viral. And these reels were very, very simple. They were very, very straightforward. Just to me, sort of revealing my art, like showcasing the illustration that I had made, and then some like short type of one-liner that described the message of the piece, and that was it. That was all that I did, and it got me a lot of attention. It got me a lot of recognition and a lot of new followers. But ever since then, I haven't really been able to recreate that level of success. And that's not to say that I haven't like received or accumulated, whatever is the right word, any type of success after 2024. I most certainly have, and I'm very grateful for it. But it's not been that easy for me. Like even for someone like myself, where like the point of everything is the art itself and its message. And I mean, I have gotten a lot of like very, very, very kind and very sweet comments that say that my art is unique and its message is unique and it deserves to be seen and heard. So I have tried to have that faith in my capability to deliver the message like via just my illustrations and then like some short text formatting, but that's about it. I've because I have been able to get some type of success with just that. Well, as I said, I haven't really been able to recreate that level of success, particularly like this past year or so. Yeah, especially 2026 has been a very, very slow year for me, as I have been consistently posting on Instagram and trying to grow my account as we all do, but it's been very, very difficult. So yeah, and this has really frustrated me as an artist, and it has been extremely demoralizing, and just I've experienced a lot of like a lack of motivation when it comes to working because of this, and that's really sad, because like at the end of the day, it's not the social media platforms or the social media attention or whatever the fuck that's like the main point here. Like I'm not, like, first and foremost, like I'm not a content creator. I don't really classify myself as that, even though I have technically been doing it for several years now. But I don't view myself as one, because like everything that I do always comes back to my art. And that's why I just I decided that I need to make some changes in the ways that I work, and in what I actually focus a lot of my time and effort on. So yeah, that's why we're here. That's why we're on YouTube this time around. Yeah. So about YouTube, when I started making YouTube videos on this channel like 2 years ago or something like that, I feel like I had a totally flawed way of approaching the issue. Something about me is that I'm a chronic workaholic, and that's mainly due to like any sort of work, whether it be like regular school work back when I was still in school, or studying in uni, or like work, actual like labor related stuff. That's been one of my main coping mechanisms as a trauma survivor, and that's sort of it's due to all of that unresolved trauma that I have from my childhood, from bullying, but it's also like sort of a coping mechanism that I adopted from my parents. I don't talk a lot about my home life or like my family in that sense, because they are not really related to any of this that I talk about. I have a very good relationship with both of my parents. I love them dearly. They're some of my best friends, and we have always been really, really close. So that's why I don't really like to talk about them a lot, because they're not related to any of this. But what I do want to say is that both of them have had their struggles with like mental health related stuff, and the way that they both of them have coped with everything has been work a lot of the times. And yeah, I remember as a kid, I genuinely thought that when I become an adult, everything in my life has to revolve around work. I genuinely believed that once you reach adulthood, your life is nothing but work. And I think that that's a really good way of like describing like the way that my parents sort of felt about work, or at least that's how I perceived it as a kid. So yeah, so I've had my personal like problems with working and with like being addicted to work and everything. It's just it's been difficult, because I do have my own like addictive traits as well, like a lot of us do who have like childhood trauma or are mentally ill in any type of way. I feel like we need to talk more about addiction as a whole and just try to like normalize that experience, but that's neither here nor there. It's not today's topic. But anyways, so that's sort of as a background. So how this relates back to YouTube and back to content creation and me working on art is that back when I started working on YouTube videos like 2 years ago, I approached the topic of YouTube and that workload from the perspective of someone who wants to make everything as perfect as possible. And with anyone who has had some type of experience with YouTube, whether it be that you have made videos yourself or that you've watched a lot of content creators on YouTube or whatever it is, you know that that's not the way that things go. Like if you want to make videos that are like absolutely like peak in quality, then you need other people there to work for you. And like that's just a fact. And I don't have anybody else but me, because I'm a one-man band, as they say. I do everything on my own because that's how I've wanted things to be. And and also I'm poor. Also, I have no monies. I have absolutely no monies. So I will not be hiring anybody because I have no monies to even cover all of my basic necessities, like me and my girlfriend, because we live together now. Like it's everything's been a struggle. Sorry for hitting the mic, bruh. Yeah, so that's how things are when it comes to YouTube. But because I am a workaholic and I'm a perfectionist at heart, I approached YouTube from the perspective of like, I want to make this as perfect as possible with editing, with graphic design elements, with intros and outros and music and all of that kind of stuff. And I burned myself out. Like, wow, shocking. Like, because that's what happens. So that sort of became a problem in terms of like working on YouTube videos, because I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do all of this shit for one single video. Like, this is ridiculous. And it was. So yeah, that was a faulty way of looking at things for myself in particular, because of everything that I've struggled with, like work related stuff and whatever. So yeah, but this time around I want to make it a bit different. I will be focusing on the thing that matters the most, which is art. And this is at the core of it all for me. Even like for this video. Sorry, by the way, that you can see my stupid hair like coming from the side. I tried to not get too close to the sketchbook while I was working on this piece, because I was like, oh shit, I'm actually filming a fucking speed paint. Yeah. Usually when I work on illustrations, I actually don't even really do it by my desk anymore all that often, because a lot of the times when I'm working on new art, me and my girlfriend are just watching Gordon Ramsay like 24/7. Like every single fucking show that man has ever created, we're watching it. So yeah, I don't work all that much like on my desk anymore. So this is always a bit weird when I do that. So yeah, that's why you can see my hair coming in between. So yeah, and anyways, and these pens that I'm working on right here, the Ohuhu pens, yeah, I got these for free from Ohuhu, which I was very grateful. They approached me via email and they wanted me to try them out. These are Ohuhu's Nahuku acrylic markers. This set has what was it, like 40, 48? Yeah, 48 markers with a lot of different shades. I love working on these. I made a speed paint with them a couple of months ago on Instagram as well. So yeah, you can see me doing, like, making some details with these acrylic markers. They're awesome. Yeah, anyways, what was I talking about? What the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, so about art. Yeah, obviously. That's what I was talking about. I literally had to go back to the fucking the recording to listen to what I was talking about. This is what happens when you don't have a script. But anyways, so yeah. That's sort of the thing that I have realized. I think it's absolutely insane that it's taken me like so many years to finally even realize like something that's so simple, which is that I need to focus on art. Like, because I'm an artist first and foremost. Like, that's what I do. That's what I was meant to do, and that's what when I started like making when I created the project. So it's really kind of funny that I have had to have these same conversations with my girlfriend from time and time again, that like I'm just like, why is nothing working? Why is everything so fucking ass? Why do I hate everything that I make, and why are my views so poor and everything, all of that kind of stuff, and like, why do I hate work? And it's just like I don't want to start resenting what I have chosen for myself as like some type of line of work, because this is what I need to do. Like, this is just simply what I need to do in order to survive, in order to make my life like worth living, and in order to cope with everything, because that's where it all started, like with art. So I want to keep my focus on that. And yeah, I feel like Instagram as a platform has sort of forced me to get out of that mindset, as much as it sucks, because like I've sort of had to come up with new forms of new types of content that I make on Instagram, like things that are not like art driven, like for instance the educational carousel posts that I've been making, like with like still like focusing on the topics of my art, which is like mostly bullying, obviously, and then like all of the mental illnesses and disabilities that I live with. I've enjoyed working on those carousel posts. They've been fun, but at the end of the day, they're not what I'm here for. Like, the carousel posts, those educational carousel posts, are like very content creation type of shit, and that's just very unnatural for me. And yeah, I've realized that fuck it, like I need to do what matters the most to me, which is art. So yeah, that's why I'm on YouTube now, because I know that there are a lot of artists on YouTube making these kinds of videos as I am making right now, and I sort of want to become one of them, if that makes sense. But I want my videos to still have like that the educational tone in them, like with me talking about the things that are related to the illustrations that I'm making. So you can probably expect a lot of videos where I am working on an illustration, and then I talk about the topic of that illustration. I talk about the inspiration behind the piece, what made me want to draw it, and what all of the symbols are in it, and what kind of message it's trying to convey. And then like maybe even go a bit deeper into those topics, like in terms of if the illustration is somehow related to bullying, I might end up, talking about my biggest academic inspiration behind all of this, Kristina Salmivalli, and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what I want to be making. That's where I want to take things from here on, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all of this. I'm sick of social media platforms trying to force me into doing something that I don't want to fucking do, Like, I have a lot of respect for content creation, content creators. I have a lot of respect for them. I follow a lot of them myself, obviously, and what they do is very important. And especially if it's somehow educational and it has like a message, like the content that they make. I love that. I love that so much. Like one of my all-time favorite content creators is It's Raining BPDJ, and I've been very, very fortunate enough to like have personal interactions with her as well, and she's an amazing person. You should all go follow her on Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel, I believe. But yeah, like I have a lot of respect for that line of work, but it's just not me. Like I am not like that. I'm an artist, and I need to start making things that sort of fall back to that. They come back to art, because like Instagram is just it's for several years now, as we've all noticed, Instagram has just sort of like shifted away from like promoting artists, and artists are the people who suffer the most when it comes to Instagram's algorithm and the way that it functions, because a lot of us are not into like following trends, following like some like real trends that people do, and a lot of us like work from the heart. Like we do what we want to do, what our heart is telling us to do, and social media is just not forgiving enough for that type of creating, I'm afraid. Especially Instagram and TikTok, like those types of social media platforms where you have to be like quick and fast with it. You have to jump on the new trending audio. You have to follow a certain type of like template. Templates have become such a big thing on Instagram, and I know absolutely fuck all about them, and I don't care enough to know anything about them, because I don't want to be doing that. Like I want to do my own thing, but in a way that still like fits like some category, and I want that category to be art related. I don't want it to be like content creation type of category. I want it to be about my art and its message. Like sure, like the message of my art is a lot different compared to what a lot of illustrators do mostly, like nowadays. Like it's, we have the amazing and very blossoming like original character OC community, and they are very much so like focused on like telling stories and like conveying like human experiences through things like comics and whatnot. But I am not like that. I mean, I have made like some comics like in my time, obviously, but my art is mostly like symbolic illustrations like that talk about like sometimes concrete, but a lot of the times very abstract meanings. So it's just, and then there's the aspect of like it being educational as well, because I'm a teacher at heart. Like even though I wasn't able to do that much work like on that line, but yeah, I've always wanted to be an educator, so I guess I'm still sort of doing that with my art. So yeah, like the sort of like meaning behind everything that I have for my art has driven me to the content creation realm of things, and it worked at one point, but I feel like right now it's just not doing it for me anymore. It's just not working. So what I need to do is do what is, first of all, like easy for me, because I'm a chronically ill and disabled person, and I need to take that into account. As difficult as that is from time to time, it's very difficult to sort of accept the fact that you're just not able to do as much as you used to be able to. It's very sad, but anyways. And something that I've sort of learned during these 3.5, almost 4 years that I've been working on this project is that everything that is not related to art will burn me out. and that tells me a lot about like what kind of line of work I should be doing, and that's art. Like I need to just focus on fucking drawing, and like, cause that's what I enjoy doing. That's what brings me meaning. That's what brings me comfort. That's what keeps me alive. Art has been the sole thing that has kept me alive during all of these years, ever since I was a 1-year-old baby, seriously. So yeah, like I need to focus on that, and everything that is not related to art is going to fucking frustrate me, and it's going to turn me into a bitter old bitch that just hates everything. Cause the amount of resentment that I feel towards like things not working, and every time that I somehow consider myself to be a failure, like I start spiraling, and I start to think that like, well, I should just fucking like not be alive anymore, you know, that I should just like end it all because like everything is shit. But when I'm making art, all of that fades away, and all of that just like I start to realize that okay, maybe there is a point to all of this, and the point is to create, to make things, to draw, to paint, and to illustrate everything that I've gone through, and make the world see that. So yeah, that's what I'm here to do, and that's why I want to focus on making speed paints on YouTube as well, because that is very much so related to art, because you can see me working, and I know as an artist who used to watch a lot of art content, art YouTubers, I loved watching people work on their craft. It's very relaxing to me, and it's very inspiring. So maybe some of you will find my speed paints relaxing or inspirational. Who knows? That I can hope for that. But yeah, so that's what I'm here to do. And yeah, I mean, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be making YouTube videos again. I got a new computer for this specific reason. Like at the end of last year, I got a new computer, a Windows PC this time around, that has a better processor, and that's just easier to work on when it comes to like a long format content like YouTube videos. So yeah, that should all be a bit easier for me now, but we'll see. Nevertheless, I'm very excited to be making a comeback on this platform, and yeah, even this like recording a voiceover without any type of script is working pretty well for me, I would like to say. But you tell me in the comments, how do you like this? How do you like me just yapping about things without a script, without me sounding like a fucking robot, like reading my well formatted text out loud, because like that's what it sort of came across as, because like I have to admit it, I suck at reading out loud. I do. It's just, and that's totally okay. But maybe people will like me, you know, just yapping about things like this. Who knows? I would like to know what your thoughts are about all of this, about all of these things that I've been talking about on today's video. How do you feel about Instagram? If you are an artist and if you post your art on Instagram, I would love to know in the comments how you feel about the platform as of right now, because let's just say like the platform is not what it used to be like 2 or 3 years ago even. Like never mind thinking back on like during like COVID times or something. When I talk about COVID times, obviously I mean like 2020 or 2021, around that time of line. So yeah, I mean, Instagram has gone through a lot of changes, so I would like to know how those changes have affected you as an artist. That would be very interesting to hear, because I know that I'm not alone in these feelings of frustration. So yeah, and I can't really say for now like how often I'll be making YouTube videos, because like I said previously, I do have to keep in mind the fact that like I am chronically ill and disabled, and there's nothing that I can do about it, especially right now because let's just say that my treatment is lagging like tremendously. Like it's just not going places. It's just not. And that's mainly due to the amazing right-wing government that we have in Finland right now. Really excited for next year's parliamentary election. Maybe things will change for the better. We can always hope. But yeah, so this year has been very rough on me in terms of just like extremely lackluster treatment, and that has affected my capabilities to do fucking anything. But now that my girlfriend lives here with me, I at least don't have to do everything by myself, and that's been a total blessing. I'm very grateful for them, and I'm so fucking happy that they are here with me this time around to actually, like stay and not go back to the United States because, yeah, fuck that. But yeah, and please tell me how you like today's illustration, how you feel about this piece that I made. This is supposed to be filled with anime nostalgia that people of my age like probably have. Yeah, this was very fun for me to work on because this stuff is very important to me. Anime and cosplay is one of those things that have really like saved my life and kept me going. So yeah, I would love to know how you feel about the piece and how you feel about Instagram and all of that stuff that I talked about in this video. Yeah, and if you have any sort of like requests for potential topics for future YouTube videos or something like that, please let me know in the comments. I will this time I will not be focusing on making series or anything like that. I'm trying to allow myself to be creative without the confines of like being fucking academic about it. So I'll just be making videos in however way I feel like doing. So getting kind of like just making it for fun first and foremost. So yeah, I feel like that's a good place to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching today's video and for taking the time out of your day to spend some time here with me. My name is Ichigunya, and this has been our project Death on a Paper.